Hello everyone, welcome back for Edumon Tutorials. I am Vidya, your instructor for Database Management Systems. In our last lecture, we have discussed about the conceptual database design with ER model. And in today's lecture, we are going to see the introduction to the relational model. So let's get started. Introduction to relational model. So, the main construct for representing the data in a relational model is the relation. Here relation is nothing but a table. So a table consists of, a relation consists of a relational schema and a relational instance. Don't worry about these schema and instance terms, we'll be describing them in brief. So first let's see what is a relational schema. We have discussed these topics in our first lesson as well. So let's see once again what they are. So a relational schema consists of the relation's name, the name of each field, and also the domain of each field. What is relation name? That is a table name, the name of each field along with the domain of that field. What is domain? Domain is the set of permitted values for that particular field. In our example, let's take an example that is student SID, where SID is a string, next name string, login is also a string, age is an integer variable, and GPA is real. Here the SID, name, login, age and GPA are the fields. Student is a relation's name, and the string, integer, real are the domains. That means a set of permitted values for that attribute. For example, for SID I can only take the string values. For age I can only take the integer values like 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 12. And for CGPA I can only take float values like 9.5, 8.5 and all. So this is what a schema, which contains the relation's name, the name of each field, and also the permitted set of values for that field. So let's see what is a relational instance. An instance of a relation is a set of tuples called as records, in which each tuple has the same number of fields as in the relational schema. In a simple terms, relational schema is a snapshot of the relation at any given point of time. Simply, what is a relational instance? It is a snapshot of relation. For example, at one point of time, what are the data that is present in a particular table is what a relation is. For example, here I have a relation and the fields that I have defined in the relational schema. So the fields I have here in this instance, this is an instance, and the fields that I have are the same fields that I have defined in my schema. So SID, SName, login, age and CGPA. And I have these values, Vidya, Priya and Sia. Here, each row is known as a tuple. These are the fields. These are the field names. Right. So, let's see other things in a relational model. Domain constraints. I've told you domain is the permitted set of values for any field. Then what are domain constraints? Domain constraints are the important conditions that we want each instance of a relation to satisfy. That means we have defined SID should be of string and age should be of integer. Now we will consider the instance of a table only if it satisfies these domain constraints that we have defined. So a formal way of defining the constraints would be a relation R for open braces, field 1, domain 1, followed by so on to field n, domain n. Here F1 to Fn are the field names and D1 to Dn are the domains for that particular field. So domain constraints are so fundamentally in a relational model that we henceforth consider only relation instances that satisfy them. If the relation instance does not satisfy our domain constraints, we are not going to consider it as an instance. We will not take that values and will not store that values in our table. So we will conclude that a relational instance that satisfies the domain constraints in the schema are the relational instances. Right. Now let's see what is degree. Degree is also known as arity. Degree is the total number of fields in a relation. So in our example, the total number of fields we have are SID, name, login, age and GPA. So we have 5. So the degree of our relation is 5. And cardinality. Cardinality is the total number of tuples in a relation. And in our relation, we have 3 rows, that is Priya, Vidya and Sia. So our cardinality will be 3 and our degree will be 5. Now let's see what is relational database. Relational database is a collection of relations with distinct names. That means a collection of different tables is known as a relational database. What is relational database schema? Collection of schemas of those different tables is known as a relational database schema. So now that we know all the basic things that we should know about a relational model, let's see creating and modifying relations using SQL. So the syntax for creating a table is as follows. Create table name of column name, type of length. Here the column name is the name of the column and D1 or the type is the domain, that means the permitted set of values for the column, and length is the length of values taken. For example, create table student of SID char of 20, name char of 30, so on to GPA. Here SID, name, login, age and GPA are the fields or the column names, and char of 20 specifies that SID takes a character value whose length is less than or equal to 20. This is how we create a table in our DBMS. Now let's see inserting data into a table. The syntax for inserting a data into table is as follows. Insert into table name of columns value of the value 1 so on to value n. For example, insert into student of SID, name, login, age, GPA, values of CS12, Sia at the rate CS, which is her login ID, 19, her age, 8.7, her GPA. So there is another way of inserting values into a table. That is, here in this way you don't have to specify the column names, but you should maintain the order of the values. So insert into table values of value 1, value 2, so on to value 1. So this is how you inserted data into a table. Now let's see updating data in a table. The syntax for doing so is update table name, set column name is equal to the new column updating value, where column is equal to value. Here you use a where clause to select the column you want to update. If you don't use a where clause, the data will be updated throughout the table. So it is important to use a where clause if you want to change only one person's data. So for example, update student set age is equal to age plus 1, where SID is equal to CS12. Here the age of Sia will be incremented to 20 and it becomes 20 because before updation it was 19. So I have taken another example to show this thing called S. Here update student S. S is an alias for student. So as we have defined an alias for student, you don't have to use student all the time. Instead you can use S at places where you want to use student. So update student yes, set s.gpa is equal to s.gpa minus 0.1, where s.gpa is greater than 3.3. So whoever has a GPA greater than 3.3, their GPA is going to reduce by 0.1. So this is how you update data in your table. Now let's see deleting data. The syntax for doing so is delete from table name where column name is equal to some value. So if you miss column name where clause here, your table data will be lost. All the data in this table will be deleted. So where clause in a delete command is very important. For example, delete from student where SID is equal to CS12. Here I am deleting the record, Sia's record, so my table won't have data about Ria. So this completes our today's lecture. I'll meet you in the next lecture where we will be discussing the integrity constraints over the relations and also how to enforce those integrity constraints. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.